This is BBC Television.
Now we come to episode 4 of the serial Smuggler's Bay, called A Reward of 50...
This is Scotland.
Now on BBC One, 60 Minutes of Comedy. At 8:30, the start of a new series with Ronnie Corbett in Sorry. Before that, there's a partridge problem at Maplin's in Heidi.
This is BBC One. Good afternoon. In 2 minutes, the start of the new regular weekday News Afternoon, presented by Richard Whitmore and Moira Stewart.
Now it's time to welcome back Jim Bowen with a new series of Bullseye.
Now, an update on the...
Now on BBC Two, Captain Frank Drebin exercises his amazing detection skills. Only the innocent need fear police squad. After years of longing and looking forward, finally it's goodbye mucky Leeds, hello magical Morecambe. But retirement isn't all it's cracked up to be, not even with a sunset across the bay, as tonight's play in our Alan Bennett season proves.
Now we feature Ferdinand the Bull and Mickey in a collection.
Informing the Northeast, this is Tyne Tees. It's 10...
Now, somewhat later than originally scheduled, the air may be blue and the language may shock, but that's all part and
This is Colton, television for London.
And a very happy new year. Welcome to 1993.
More.
From the Sky Satellite Network, this is Sky One.
Channel 4 at the moment, City Under the Sea, here on Scottish Today's News from ITN.
You're watching S4C.
to the Parliamentary Channel.
Before that, BBC Two goes back to an era when anarchy ruled and punk music was out to shock in more ways than one.
This is...
Hello, very good morning and welcome to BBC One. On
Now opens a new season of The Works. Actor Ray Fiennes and his family talk candidly about their extraordinary mother. St. Jane...
And now, the moment you've been waiting for.
In half an hour here on UK Gold, we meet and greet the EastEnders for this week's Omnibus. Before that...
Jam-packed and foil wrapped for freshness, this is BBC Knowledge. Welcome to today, Thursday the 24th of June.
First on UK Gold, it's off to Southfork for more double...
Never mind quizzes from Norwich. From America, it's the NFL Game of the Week in live and... American football at 12:15 after a trip to Vegas in erotica that you'll like a lotic. Clay model comes to life in the ever-erotic Love Street from midnight 20, but now football. Can Wales play the game of their life?
A special for Christmas and the first of two nights in the company of Clint Eastwood beginning now on
Now on 4, in a sci-fi thriller, technology turns against man in a terrifying way. Scenes of violence and strong language.
The midweek national lottery draw with Lottery Extra just half an hour away on BBC One after green peppers take on red tomatoes.
This is BBC Two.
UK Gold meets the perfect hostess in Hyacinth. That's after there's comedy and...
And this is BBC One with a load of doggy love.
Welcome to BBC 4. We've just about recovered from our launch last night. Tonight we've the Welsh National Opera's Madame Butterfly. That's in an hour.
They're two of Britain's most fascinating works of religious art. Divine Designs visits Winchester Cathedral and Fountains Abbey, Yorkshire tomorrow at 7. But right now, into the works of Vincent van Gogh.
Good Lord, it's enormous.
It is huge, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it beautiful? Good evening and welcome to BBC Three. It's launch night and let me tell you, it is big and it is clever. And who better to let you in on it than one Mr.
On ITV1, as we approach our 50th anniversary, let's begin a new series delving back into the archives for a celebration of television history.
He's not in Tokyo, but Carl Douglas is still kung fu fighting in Bring Back the One-Hit Wonders at 5 to 11. Before that, and for the first time in Big Brother history, a new housemate will be selected at random. There's strong language and flashing images.
Arts critic Mark Irving takes a look at the enduring image of the Madonna and Child next Sunday at 12:35 here on 5, where now it's the last in the series of Divine Designs.
Ar S4C gyda rwan dysgu'r iaith gyda Nia Parry. Now a bank manager gets a taste for the language in Welsh in a week.
Rebecca's in the firing line as she suspects a ruthless killer to be an expert psychological profiler.
Well, last night the farmhands said farewell to a soap icon after a fraught week of farmyard antics yielded some strong emotions and some equally strong language. Here's our catch-up.
We're going to be finding out exactly how good fish is for us at 11:30 in Ever Wondered on BBC One.
Will the lads manage to sow their wild oats before the prom? Our movie tonight is American Pie, coming up at 9, right after The Planet's Funniest Animals.
Look out for Sky Month, your personal newsletter to help you get the most out of your Sky. Delivered through your door with your Sky magazine each month.
This is STV, where World Cup Heaven and Hell follows at 11 after the news.
Now, created for the BBC and chosen by Dave, it's more Little Britain, which apparently contains strong language and scenes of a sexual nature. Nothing funny about that. Although, on second thoughts, of course it'll be funny. Yeah!
Semi-final frames at the World Snooker this afternoon. Stephen Hendry versus Rocket Ronnie, and we'll be there at the Crucible in good time for that from 1:30. But now on BBC Two, Money and Business with Working Lunch.
A slimy film producer thinks one of Jessica's novels is just picture perfect for a blue movie.
So see 9/11 through different eyes after Top Gear enters the space race at 8. You're watching BBC Two. Now to Sweden.
We're taking mobile vehicles to a new level in an hour after we go headfirst into a highly charged environment.
And the baby, Daisha's sister, offers a radical solution. So what's she hiding? Hobby City, half an hour away on BBC One.
Boreal treats in store tonight at 7:30 in a brand new series, The Trees That Made Britain. Now on BBC Two, we're maintaining the super herd in wildlife on 2.
It's that time again. Stand by.
Neighbours and Home and Away are next after we catch up on all the latest from 5 News with Matt Barbette.
An afternoon of Doctor Who begins with a Christopher Eccleston classic tomorrow from midday here on Watch. Now though, Front Teeth Terror in Real Rescues.
So, getting ready for Holby's wedding of the year, Jack's not exactly out buying her posh hat. That's in half an hour. First on BBC One, when he finds out what Dottie's done, Nick is gonna explode.
Right in the heart of BBC Two's big weekend of BBC films, now showing in exquisite detail on the BBC HD Channel 2. From the body horror master David Cronenberg, later than planned, with very strong language, graphic violence and scenes of a sexual nature.
Now on BBC4, a personal history and the implications of evolution on our existence. We go back to the Tree of Life with David Attenborough.
This is BBC Two, welcoming you to Radio One Night, and with very strong language.
He was your very first winner of Britain's Got Talent. Paul Potts is here at lunchtime, and so is Lulu. Who's got the biggest voice out of those two? Find out with the Loose Women at 12:30. First on ITV1, we're back in Anthony's kitchen.
5 returns with Brian Sewell's Grand Tour at 4. For now, from Russ, Daryl and me, nighty-night.
Now, maybe it's time.
Nawr y diwrnod a fi yn y Steddfod Genedlaethol gyda Rhina Piorwerth a Jason Mohammed.
Hollywood glitterati come under the microscope now on Channel 5, but who is lending a helping hand? With flashing images, it's CSI.
The nifty feat of Alex Cuthbert, Lee Halfpenny and the rest of the Wales team won us a cockle-warming Grand Slam this afternoon, which is why we're running a little bit later than planned. Now... 3.
The birth of the healthy Prince of Wales leaves our monarch desperately sad tonight. In an hour, the new series of Victoria continues, right after the all-new series of The X Factor.
Just like ITV2, Jeremy gets a bit of a makeover now with a sharper suit and his teeth whitener, so he can join his new pal stateside. It's JK in the USA.
No one said it would be easy living in Africa, but surprisingly, there is an upside. Wild at Hearts at 2. But now, this is where the infamous partnership begins for Poirot and Hastings.
Just because he wears a pair of tights doesn't mean that he wouldn't whoop you in a fight. We're off to Gotham, the Batman.
With strong language from the start, possible flashing images, adult themes and nudity, it's over to AJ for Bit on the Psych.
Bette Davis stars in the all-time classic Now Voyager in 45 minutes here on BBC Two, after she talks pictures.
Ready? Wait for it. Boom! Illuminations!
That's our luck.
Well, if you think Brian Finch is looking bright and shiny, check us out. No NZT required. New Limitless is tomorrow at 9 on Sky One.
Join Tom Bradby now on ITV for the news at 10.
BBC One in 2017, bringing us together for more amazing moments.
Saturday the 1st of April, Honest it is. From the vintage shelf, Robert Mitchum and Gene Simmons here with a black and white movie memory in 45 minutes. First today...
All groundskeeper Willie wants is a room somewhere, and all Homer wants is a pair of blue pants. And Lisa's gone all My Fair Lady. I'm 4.
Officer, it wasn't me. How many times have they heard that one, I wonder? Strong language now with the Force Essex.
Now, ahead of BBC Music Day tomorrow, everybody's favourite choir master, Gareth Malone,
stealth satire now here on Film 4 with a wry and moving rom-com for grown-ups. Can Julia Louis-Dreyfus and James Gandolfini juggle their already complicated lives enough to try and make room for each other? In Enough Said.
At 10:30 tonight, the incredible story of a group of workers from East Kilbride who took a stand against a dictator in May Passaran. But right now, opinions on all the latest from right across Scotland.
World Cup Rewind takes us back to 1998, England versus Argentina at 1:15. Oh, those were the days. More football in isolation for you now on BBC One.
Morning, it is New Year's Eve. Let's all wave goodbye to 2020. Time for Good Morning Britain now on ITV.
We're following the work of dedicated animal lovers who save injured and orphaned wild animals. At 5:35, it's Wildlife SOS after this morning's Divine Designs and the world turned upside down.
Well, hello, Mrs. Robinson. Mel and Sue dress up as Simon and Garfunkel. Ask your dad in Hitmen, Wednesday at 10 on Sky One.
Being with the doctor, you don't get to choose when it stops, whether you leave her or she leaves you.
As of now, you will see new defense drones at work.
If you don't help, the human race is going down. You with us?
Prepare for extermination.
I'm Captain Jack Harkness, and I'm immortal.
Now, Jack!